We are back for another episode of the Big Six Banter. It's the daily transfer show where I'm joined by Casey, Kears, Eve, and Cause, obviously myself. And we're here to talk some ball. We're here to talk. Obviously, we have a game coming up. We have Manchester City versus Sevilla for the Super Cup as well. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And yeah, man, it's another day, another bag of news. Of course, Liverpool now looking at Cheick Doucoure for a price of 60 million. Bernardo Silva looks to be staying at City despite looking like he was going to leave pretty much most of the window as well. And of course, Jurriën Timber looks like he sustained an ACL injury after a bright start to his Arsenal career. So obviously a few things to talk about. And Timber joins a long list of players who have actually sustained MCL or ACL injuries. I believe Nkunku, Kevin De Bruyne, not an ACL, but obviously has torn his hamstring, I believe. So he's going to be out for a number of months. Tyrone Mings sustained a really bad injury as well against Newcastle.
That was a bad one.
Militao.
And Militao.
Courtois.
Courtois. So
Bear man.
Baggerman are getting injuries, bad ones as well. So hopefully the players can stay safe and hopefully they sort the pitches out as well, man, because some of them are quite innocuous. They're not even really like bad challenges. So
but then it's like they also I think that rolls into a lot of the managers. I think especially Klopp has been saying it mostly that there hasn't the player rights, like they play so many games, then they've chucking in we've got World Cup this year or Euros, sorry. We've got Euros this year again.
Oh yeah.
That's another set amount of games adding on to the 50/60 games that top 4, top 6 sides have to play. It's getting nuts.
100%. I don't know, man. We'll never know what it really is, but hopefully the players that said they stay safe. Obviously, we'll talk about how that's going to affect Arsenal in a second. But before that, there's over 100 people in the house already. People, make sure you smash the like button. Of course, I dropped an earlier video today talking about my thoughts on La Via, so like a 10-minute rant. So if you want to go and see that, of course, the link will be in the description below. So make sure you go and catch that and drop a like on that one as well. Trying to get that to at least 250 likes. Of course, but speaking of likes, today's likes, what are we saying for today? For the like total, we haven't really had any specific numbers or specific landmark numbers. So what we saying, chat, how many likes can we get to today? Are we going to go with the basic 300? We're just going to go with the normal.
It should be minimum 3 now. I think we've got
360
minimum 3 now.
For that 60 Montel that you need to invest to go get that Cheick Doucoure, whatever his name is.
Wait,
you reckon you'll need to sign another backup? Should we add that on as well?
Yeah, you can do the cheeky thing. You can do the cheeky thing.
You can throw in another.
This is it.
You can throw in another 60.
So now I've got injured players, and you're making cheeky comments.
So now, Mons, you're on the list now. Let me know in it.
Of course, he's on the list.
Oh man, I'm list.
Yeah.
Look at that, Montel. You're just talking about them going to pay for another backup. Yeah, another backup.
And I'm talking about injured players.
I
said something about an injured player.
Each to their own minute. Each to their own.
Drop your guard. Drop your guard. All I said is you're going to need another backup. That's all I said.
Yeah, another backup for what though?
Backup
for what though?
Anyway, listen. We're gonna
there
talk about
cheeky. There you go. You're adding. Simple.
We're gonna done. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna talk about Arsenal and what they're gonna have to do to fill the gap, because obviously he looked like he was starting. Zinchenko, I don't know what's going on with him. So we're gonna talk about all the Arsenal stuff. So today, let's just say 300 likes. Let's say 300 likes today. So stop what you're doing right now, people, and smash the like button. If there's nearly 130 people in here, there should at least be 60, 70 likes. So smash the like button. And of course, we are on the road to 6,000.
We should be 100, brother. Should be 100.
Make sure we're subscribing and that we're on the road to 6,200 subscribers now. So again, thank you for helping us hit 6.1. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do drop a sub and keep supporting us and helping us grow. Hopefully we get to 10K for the end of the year, and hopefully 7K by match day 4. I'm saying 7K by match day 4 anyways. So yeah, man. Big up everyone in the chat. Let's hit the chat and see what people are saying. Big up Slim Ake. He says, big up the BSB family. Obviously, you know what it is. Big up Honestly as well. Big up KLFC in the house. Big up, Cause says subscribe and like the video as well. Big up Skip to my Lose in the house. Big up the chat. And Big Six Bants road to 7K. Smash the like on the way in. You heard the man, you know what I'm saying? Nico, LFC, and Y says, big up my boy Monts. You never walk alone. Big up yourself, bro. We've also got James, LFC 86. He says, Liverpool agree a fee. Crystal Palace for Doucoure fee in the region of 55 million, including 5 million in achievable add-ons. Doucoure has already said goodbye to his teammates' medical tomorrow. I have not seen that.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
I haven't seen that anywhere, so I don't know.
Wait, so you're spending? Never mind.
I'm buzz. If that happens, I'm buzzing Liverpool. Just be ready for that.
I don't really know what man's about. All I know is just a big DM.
All I know is it's gone from Bellingham to Doucoure.
Yeah.
Notice how you can't see my hand.
Yeah.
But I say
not great.
It's
not great, bro. But we need a DM anyway, innit? We need a DM anyway.
Yeah, man.
A win is a win.
Bro, I'd rather have a DM than not have a DM. That's the only thing I can say. I don't know. Like, I ain't really watched him like that to be saying he's even any good or he's even any bad. Like, from what I've seen, he's not worth 60 million. No, he ain't worth no 60 million. Like, let's just have it right, innit? But obviously, because he's young, innit? Because he's like, what? He's like 21, innit? Because he's young, we probably would have had to front about 30, 40, innit? But not 60. So we'll have to see.
There's like two weeks left of the window as well.
I'll do this. Yeah, exactly. I'll probably just do the shameless thing and go. The second I see Caicedo have a bad performance and Doucoure puts out a 6.5 out of 10, you will be hearing from me. That I'm going to be that guy. I'll be that guy. I'll be the don't let it happen guy. We'll get to that. We'll get to the
don't let it happen guy.
We'll get to the chorus up a little bit later. Philip said, this is what happens when you have a World Cup in the middle of the season. We'll see a lot more injuries. Big up Hassan, he says, months out. So you can be in here, Hassan, but you can't just retweet the tweet and support the team. Is it because I said something about you like your newness? So I don't even like this guy no more, bro. No, I'm joking. Big up Hassan, and make sure you go subscribe to his channel. He's going live in Matisse in a bit as well. So big up. I'll redirect as well, if I can be bothered. Yeah. Big up Shady says, unlike your dead club months, Arsenal will sign another player to cover Timber. Oh, well, do you know what? Speaking of that, let's talk about it now. Then. So, Timber obviously has unfortunately sustained an ACL injury, which is really unfortunate. That he was kind of the utility guy.
Ethan, you're noted as well. I just caught that. I'm making notes of everyone. Ethan, the snarky thing. I'm not with it. I'm literally not with it.
Anyway, Casey, you're doing that thing where you're like, because you're on edge, because like it's a bad thing about Arsenal.
Listen, Montel, you're saying the news of today. Why are the snarky remarks like? Just let you're smiling, everyone's smiling. What's mad? That's mad.
I wasn't even finished.
No problem.
Just you know what I'm saying. Just let us go. We'll talk about it. Yeah? Again, he is that utility guy for Arsenal, right back, left back, centre back, and CDM are the positions he can play. Zinchenko, I'm not really sure about his fitness. You might will have to update me on what's going on with his fitness. And of course, Ben White, the other wing back, who is at the moment he's playing centre back because Gabriel got the gosh. What's happening with Gabriel?
We know how Ben White centre back looks like.
Nothing's happening with Gabriel.
Nothing's happening with Gabriel.
Is he fine now? Is he fine?
Yeah, he's been fine. He's been fine.
Okay. So, all right, then let's start then. So, without Timber, Tierney was basically out the door. Does he just stay, or do you get a replacement? How does this one work? Because Timber was probably looking at a very good signing. He still will be when he comes back in that, but you know what I'm saying?
Tierney can cut. Tierney can cut for me. I'll be real.
And you know, no. Tierney can stay. No.
Of course, you listening?
I'm with a Tierney stay. Bro, I'd rather Tierney stay, and I would rather Zinni has to step up this season. It's literally that. That's how
Zinni's the starting left back anyway. I think it's just he was just had a little bit of an injury.
Well, that's the problem. You better not be getting injured this season. You've had your bedding in one. It's not about leaving it to that. We'll keep Tierney. Tierney can be our other option. Tommy Asu can play left back if in dire need. You get what I mean? Like people can play these positions. I know we don't really want that, but what's the chances of
at right back
Timber and Zinni both sustaining injuries long term?
No, well, it's just because Zinchenko doesn't have the best injury record, so like that's why I'm like, I might lean maybe towards Kears' side and say maybe you'd have to get another replacement, but that's kind of like another player on the books, which is a bit annoying. I think I do see
that's why Tierney can go. That's what I'm saying. Tierney can get sold.
Yeah, so Tierney would have to leave first.
Yeah, Tierney can cut. He's not.
But now nobody's paying the big bucks for Tierney, bro.
Bro, no. Let me explain.
Now that we know, they're not paying the bucks, bro.
Isn't Tierney one of the most longest standing servants for your club?
That doesn't matter. That doesn't. I don't really care. And it's not him, by the way. It's Holding or Nenny. But bro, you know what it is? Yeah, after that it's Tierney. But bro, here's what it is with Tierney. Yeah, like I understand why Arsenal fans want to keep him because he's that guy like who we've had for a while and we've grown to love him. I get it. I understand it, and he is still a decent player, but for the level we're at now and the way we play, Tierney isn't that. He can't, like, it cool. Let's say, for example, Zinni was to get injured, God forbid, even if it was like a month or 2 months, having Tierney as our left back for 2 months, the level drops. Drastically, it drops. If we buy another...
No, not really. You can slap Tomiyasu left back, have Ben White right back, problem solved.
Yeah, then why keep bro?
But Tierney comes in the odd game because Zinni's going to need rest, bro. We can't start Zinni every single game.
You know, but this is what I'm saying.
Going to need rest.
This is why we say we need a guy that can play left back and right back together.
But how much is that going to cost us, bro? Who?
It is. No, that's what I'm saying. We can sell Tierney. We can sell Tierney and get somebody better for the low. That's going to cost us an extra 10 M's. Bro, we have to. Tierney's not good enough, bro. He's not good enough to play one for
I
one.
I just don't know who's buying Tierney now, innit? That's my issue.
Newcastle will cop him. Now. Villa can cop him.
Nah,
you can go Villa, bro.
They need him, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe Villa.
Here's this one. Here's something. It's not gonna happen because of we know the reason why, but Cancelo.
Yeah.
You know that ain't
too much bread.
Too much money.
Too much bread.
He's too much bread. He's going for 20 M's, bro.
But the wages.
That's awesome.
It's just another brother that's going to ask for
just
dumb
another
wages.
version of
wages.
Zinchenko with the same weaknesses.
The only reason I think is because City said they didn't want to sell Laporte to you because they didn't want to keep selling players to you. So it's obviously the same thing with Cancelo. It's obviously the same. Yeah, it's going to be the same thing. So I feel like if it wasn't for that, I think you guys probably would have gone after Cancelo, in my opinion. To go and just play that role the way you need that inverted wing back. Bring up Just Fabian for the $2 super chat. He goes, Arsenal took Raya on loan because of financial fair play. No money left.
Boy,
if it is that, then fair enough. Then we have to keep Tierney in it. So it is what it is. But for me, he's just so low in the pecking order. Like I'd rather about 3 left backs ahead of him, in my opinion.
Do you think he's on that same kind of way? I'm not saying he's that level, but like almost like a Cedric, like that kind of irrelevant.
Nah, he's a bit higher than Cedric in the pecking order.
That's so much disrespect, bro.
Yeah, that's very disrespectful.
No, but I'm saying in terms of the disregard, like that he just doesn't fit the system.
You know, he doesn't.
That's like Tavares.
Cedric's a whole different level of depth.
So obviously
he's withholding.
Because obviously
T got last season was peak blood.
Here's the thing with the Timber stuff. Like with your utility guy, do you guys either replace him with another utility guy, or as I said, do you just because financial fair play is looking like the reason why you can't go get someone else, and it's not really like you guys are looking for a current stopgap at the moment. How much is and this is for the chat as well. Like, does losing Timber affect Arsenal's sort of durability to kind of stay consistent in terms of straight wins?
Yes.
Not so much, but straight wins.
I wouldn't say,
in my opinion.
So again, I wouldn't say so because if you look at last season, we was winning all these games with Zinni anyway.
Yeah.
So what's changed? Like for me, I think the most it will affect is Champions League.
You know, I want to catch you out just quickly, because it's very interesting because you've been stressing that you're playing a different way to last season, innit?
Yeah,
you've been saying you're now on this Pep stage where you need defenders that can actually defend.
No, I never said that. Now you're twisting my words. I never said that. So we play the 3-2-2-3 formation, but that that whole idea of having defenders that can actually defend, that only relates to Champions League. In the Premier, it's the same.
What?
Yeah, I know. This is what I'm saying. In Champions League, you're coming up against wingers like Vinny Jr., that Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. These are top elite wingers. That Zinni, you can't play a Zinni. In the Prem, the wingers, and obviously there's the Salahs and whatnot, but overall, bro, there's wingers that Zinni can deal with, as proven last season. It's not that different. But in the Champs, whole different story. That's where Timber would have played.
Didn't he get run up against? Was it Chelsea? Was it Chelsea by the way, King?
It was hardly run up, bro. He won the game. That's what I'm saying. We won the game, but I'm saying like where he cannot play at all is the Real Madrids and the whatnots. That's where Zinni can't play. But that's where Timber would have played. That's what I'm saying. Timber would have played there in the Champions League. That's why it's a big loss. So
Timber's a huge loss for me.
Interesting.
Huge.
You have to write it out and just buy a replacement if we can. If we can't, then we just stay with Tomiyasu in Champions League or even Kirio. However, Kirio played ahead of Timmy.
GWS Timber, man.
Wow. Yeah, don't worry, back soon. Bro, you know what it is as well, yeah? You see people like Timber and...
So cheeky.
Don't worry, Corey's noticed, but I'm saying that people like Timber, their man will come back quicker than usual. Like, we see these athletic man, like, they're especially young as well, they always come back ahead of schedule. So you may even see him back before like March or latest April. Like he might catch that last end of the season. So
I don't know that. Hey, so because it's a lengthy injury though, does that change anyone on this panel's sort of place for Arsenal, or does it just make the Arsenal squad a little bit more fragile when it comes to injuries? Now it's like, cool, if Zinni did get injured, I'll be like, that's fine, we'll put Timber there. Now is it like
it's worse than that. It's worse than that. Like, bro, the fact that he's not there, yeah, like people, bro, the drop off. It's not even about the drop off, yeah, because the drop off wasn't a lot. If Zinni was injured, Timber will come in. It stays the same. But now, in terms of competition, bro, our left backs are looking like raw. Timber came in, bro, and was really taking man's spot. Like he was coming in and taking man's spot. And man, them had to keep a certain level to even be in consideration to be on the bench or whatever because he was playing so good. Now that he's not there, man, are thinking, raw. Man hasn't even got to compete with this youth no more because he's gone for the whole season. Zinni can come back, do his thing, like get injured a bit, but he's always going to be the starting light bit. Bro, the competitions just drop off. That's what I think the main problem is. There's no longer like man them having to play at an elite level consistently just to get in the side. Now man them can coast again, and this whole, bro, it's dead. It's so dead.
It's true.
Like,
it's true.
Timber,
but then again,
it's so dead.
That's why I said Zinni can't get injured as well. Also, there's a thing where Zinni can't. Before, it's Zinni can be rotated when needed. Now it's like he actually just can't get injured now. He can't afford to have any sort of injury because then that's automatically a weak spot. Big up Shane Rappo. He says that Kiwior can play left back and we also have to sell. So yeah, you'd have to sell Tierney right now and get decent money for him to bring in someone else. And would that then be a stopgap?
That's the easy thing. That's plan A thing.
Or we sell Balogun and use that Balogun bread to go get something.
Yeah, even that. That's what I'm saying. There's different ways you could do it. I would do that and get like a Kyle Walker or something.
Okay, it's going to be a little bit more expensive though because obviously, I the way I see it is that the window's ended in 2 weeks. So
yeah, it is what it is. That's the tax. It is what it is. Timing's bad, but you just got to do what you got to do. Me personally, I think Kyle Walker-Peters is a perfect replacement just for the season.
He's a right.
He can play left back.
That's an ex-Spurs boy. He's not going anywhere near you, fam.
It don't matter. You might even treat him with respect. But he don't care about you.
Bro, he came from an academy. I promise you, he's not coming anywhere near you.
Oh no! Well, even if it's not him, somebody of that
profile, isn't it?
Yeah, of that profile, I would love to bring in for the season. So yeah, see, man.
Interesting.
I thought Kyle Walker-Peters. Wait, I didn't even know Kyle Walker-Peters was born in Edmund. I didn't even know that.
That's what I'm saying. Back to the.
You know what's funny? Do you honestly think that? Do you honestly think he won't switch sides? Just out of interest.
Casey, bro. You know what's tapped? The guy actually loves Tottenham, bro. Remember Barca these Tottenham back in the day at Camp Nou, bro. He was part of that squad. It's like, don't be fooled. And even when he left because it was in a swap deal with Hoiberg, and he left for game time. It wasn't like a thing where there was any animosity. Why would he go to you, man, bro? That's dead.
How about this, Kate? Hear me out. Okay, hear me out. Ain't Nuri. Hear me out.
You know what's so nuts, man?
Hear me out.
They would never sell him.
It's not a
they will never sell him.
Financial problems.
Hear me out.
They're in financial problems, so
that is literally a hear me out signing. Ain't Nuri. He's
Hear me out.
Brother, I think you're gonna pay excess of 50 M's, bro. I literally
it'll be like, it'll cost us like the Balogun bread. It'll basically cost us Balogun
it'll
bread
cost you a lot of money to get that, especially because he's the only the only player good enough to play in that Wolves side at left back position. And like, who else do they actually have?
They got that Johnny Otto, but he's never fit. He's always injured, but he's alright. Johnny's actually good though.
Johnny's alright. Yeah, Johnny was alright.
You see what I mean? Like,
I say he bags against you, Corey. I said Johnny bagged against you.
It's from a halfway down on the volley as well, but he just got it's just because
I don't think he bagged against me, but like, imagine Monto. That's like you selling Kunate, knowing that you've got Gomez and Matip in defense, knowing that they will get injured.
Yeah, but like Konate has not been at the club for too long. Obviously, like Nori's had his issues with Wolves, innit? Man, I've known that. Like he's had his little issues here and there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
when big Arsenal come calling,
Arsenal, like you have to.
When big Arsenal come calling, it's a different battle. He's not worrying about relegation anymore. Now he's worrying about the finer things. Like
chat. Let me give us some left backs that could probably come in to maybe either challenge Zinchenko or could maybe even just be a stopgap. As I said, Nuri was the one that popped into my head. Kyle Walker-Peters is a right back for me. So like when he does go left back, it doesn't really like feel the same. You'd rather get like a natural and Rico Henry, even though Brentford are never selling my man. Rico Henry's a good shout. I'm not gonna lie, like
Rico Henry's crazy shout, but it's never happened.
He's more of a wing back though. I can't really.
Man, I'm saying Tariq as a top guy. Tariq.
Watch Rico. Just watch him this season, innit? Watch him.
Rico Henry's hard. I don't think he fits our system. He's a baller, really.
He's a ball. Yeah, he don't fit our system. I don't think, but he's a
man. I'm saying Estupinian. I just feel like he's gonna be pricey though.
That won't happen.
That's like 60 M's. That's like 60.
You man don't have any youth players that can play left back.
Nah, they're all on loan. I think.
Not for the Prem. Not at that level to come in now. Yeah, no way.
It needs to be a Timber replacement. This is what people are forgetting. Like Timber was top quality where he could even start games. I need someone like that.
Yeah,
he was mid starting.
So what, Kay? What you wouldn't take Tsimikas for the loan? Would you take Tsimikas for the loan?
You should have grabbed. You should be grabbing El Neni, fam. I told you, fam. You should be grabbing El Neni, bro.
Listen, how about this?
Brandon Williams.
How about this? Just hear me out. Jim.
Wait, Lewis Hall's for sale apparently.
I'll take Lewis Hall alone.
Brandon Williams. You might don't want Brandon Williams. You can do a little rap with Eddie.
I said that you was in his car taking smart whip, Corey. Allow me, fam.
Yeah, but he can do a little rap with Eddie and Ketty.
I beg.
That's calm.
I beg.
No.
No whips around there. No whips around there.
No whips around there.
Just smart whipping.
Big up Shane. Big up Shane for the $2 donation. He says Arsenal need to stick to their plans and for progress. Big up yourself for the second super chat in a row, bro. You know we appreciate you as well. Big up Mama Nose. Also says man need to calm down. Always glass half empty. Come on, you Gunners. No, it's not even a panic station. It's just something that might need to be addressed. Obviously, remember you got to be at your absolute best to go and best Manchester City, and that is where Arsenal want to be. So stuff like this,
and in the champs as well. It's not just the Prem, it's the champs. I'm trying to fight on both fronts.
Yeah. I hear it. I do hear it though. Obviously, Kate has to shoot out. Kate, is there anything you want to say on the matter in terms of the left back situation and even Bernardo staying and the whole Corey to Liverpool situation?
I'm just gonna say like overall for the Timber thing. We just need to sign a replacement in it. Me personally, I think if we don't, then there'll be a drop off, and he may not be as good in all competitions as he would have with Timber. So it just is what it is. We have to go get a replacement, and we'll see in it towards the end of the window. And Silva staying at City, it's not ideally what I would have wanted because I think he's a top baller, but I could always see it coming. And yes, it's a good contract renewal. And yeah, I think that's there for me. I still think they need that right winger. Even so, I think Doucoure, joining. So that's a good signing still. So yeah, one to look out. But yeah, other than that, just smash the likes, road to 7K, get the viewers up, share it, sub, all of that, man. Trust me, big things. Big up the viewers.
Big up, man. Okay. Shane Bacco says Pedro Neto plus Tapsoba as well. Pedro Neto, he's looking dangerous though. I don't know if he's back to his old self before those 2 knee injuries, but he was looking dangerous the other day though. I will say that. So let's move on off the Arsenal talk. Let's move on. Liverpool are looking at Cheick Doucoure. I believe they'll be quoted at around 40 million. Now he's 60 million for obvious reasons. Now we know he's going to cost more. Yeah, man. What are your thoughts on that before I say my piece on it? I don't know how concrete it is, but yeah, I've seen it floating around.
I just want to say, first of all, Montel, welcome. Welcome to the premium pay. Welcome to the premium pay. It's not nice. It's not nice to be having to pay these premiums due to the fact of your stature of a club. It's not nice. It will never be nice. But this is only the beginning. End of the day, I spoke to you on the phone. I even told you this over the phone. At the end of the day, just pay whatever your club feel that they can pay, just pay it. As much as the rival fans will get on to you saying you paid 60 ands for this, if your club want it, just go pay it. Just pay it. You're in this situation where you're never gonna pay 30 million for him, knowing that he's worth 30 million. You're never gonna pay that. That's gone now. Those days are gone. Those quick pays.
Those days are gone. We know you have bread now. We know you have money. We know you have money.
You pay double, and if they're English, you pay triple. Yeah, that's it for you now.
Shut up, man. You know, so
yeah,
it's true. It's true.
It's true. Man, no, you have 110.
Yeah, but it's just for this window. The second week, it's whoever we buy next is premium. Why is it going to be for other windows? Because it's only this window.
But they could be looking at you different. They could be looking and thinking, "Raw, these guys had this money. I didn't know they had this money before. Maybe these guys had this money for a lot longer.
No.
Why is there spending all
you got it up front from Saudi Arabia? That's why.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. It's all in the air, though. This stuff is all in the air.
That's not in there. It's factual. It's not in the air. It's factual,
right, bro.
It's factual.
It's
got the money.
All I'm saying is just peak money, bro. Peak.
Yeah, bro. The next buy is the compete, and that's it. We've got our money from Saudi Arabia.
That's what.
And then unfortunately,
you think.
What do you mean? That's what I think. It's fact. It's fact.
That's not fact.
You think you're going to go back to paying normal price for these players?
No. Money from Saudi Arabia is from the Saudi League or whoever they're paying their owners is upfront. It is not part of the money. It's not of any fees. It is
I agree.
I say this, bro. It's fact. It's not. I agree with this. It's
Montel,
fact.
I'm not saying that. Montel, I'm not saying that. I agree with that. I'm saying to you, Montel, you've just showed the world that you have 110 million to go and splash. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So if you go and get a player now, this Cheick Doucoure youth for the 60 M's, yeah. Everyone's good at maths. Yeah. 110 minus 60, Montel, is what?
It's 50 M's.
Correct. So now that 50 M's that you have not spent, people will be thinking, whether it's there or not, people will be thinking, rah, that means they've got a little 50 M's in the bank for next transfer window, next summer transfer window, whatever it might be, because it all depends on your January. But Montel, if you think you're getting away with cheap deals in January, you've lost it. Because it's gonna follow you, bro. At least for this season.
If you think 50 million is going to follow my club, then again we're trying to find nooks and crannies and cracks that don't exist.
I'm not finding nooks and crannies, bro. 50 million is a lot of bread.
For the next purchase or two, it depends on the player profile who we look at. That's what it's going to be. For the next player we get, of course, is going to be overpriced. We know this now, especially because of the timing of the window and how little time they're going to get to go and replace Doucoure, who they value as someone who is a player for the future, for them especially. So I understand that. Yeah. But to say that, like, you know, people are going to think we have 110 million, bro, it's just, again, that Saudi money nice us. The only reason we didn't go for Caicedo before that because he was overpriced. We couldn't afford him. The money, we didn't expect Jordan Henderson and Fabinho to be sold. In my opinion, the fact that Klopp thought they were good enough to go another season is a bit scary. A bit scary to me. That is another conversation. That is a bit creepy. But listen, we're here now, innit? We're here now. So I think the only thing with Doucoure, from what I've seen of him, he's young and that, and he's a unit. So physically, he's cool, like physically, innit? But physically, Bakayoko was physically brilliant, was physically what Chelsea needed. And how did that one turn out? And he had clout. He had serious clout. That Monaco side with Sidibe, Mendy, flipping. Who else is in that team? Bernardo Silva, Falcao, Mbappe. Yeah, Fabinho, all these man, Rodrigo, all these man, fam, like, you know what I'm saying? So Moutinho as well, like, so Doucoure don't really have no clout. Maybe that's kind of good for him because it means there's less pressure. I don't know how that's going to be. For me, he doesn't. Crystal Palace aren't like piercing passes through the lines, that type of team. I'm not saying he can't play football, bro. There's plenty of clips of him moving the ball well. For me, I just don't see him being progressive enough. The Liverpool style of play. Unless he's literally getting the ball, playing it left to McAllister, or playing it right to Trent, and then they go forward. Unless he's doing that, fair enough.
But you know what it is, Montel? I think, obviously, in my personal opinion, you're never going to replace Rapinho, innit? Like, you will never replace that. That will never happen. But what you can have is with Doucoure, just get him to clean up. Get him to clean up the mess, and then just supply and demand. You know what I'm saying? Just supply.
No, but that's dead. That's
but
dead.
It's not. It's not because
of course that is. Because that's not how Liverpool wants to play.
Well, it is. That's how Liverpool's always played. They've always tried to sustain their attacks, and they've used their CDM to clean up and then just refresh and keep on going. That's how Liverpool's always been playing.
But, and that's Fabinho can move. Fabinho can move the ball, but he's also good with the ball at his feet. As in, he can do a little nice turn, a little dribble if needed. Like, can Cheick do that when required? Under pressure is different. I agree. Yes, Corey. If you give him time and space, he can do it. But is he doing it in the split second that Liverpool are going to need it? Because that's how the other midfielders are moving. McAllister's doing things off instinct. Trent's doing things off instinct. Szoboszlai's doing things off instinct. Bro, this is how. Montel, if you're. Are you not trying to challenge, Montel? Are you not trying to challenge for the Prem? Let me know.
No, forget the challenge gone. You can't challenge.
You're not.
Challenge gone. No, they're not challenging for nothing.
But no, but who was trying to challenge?
Sorry. I thought you was. Wait. Montel, you just let me know. I thought that's what your expectations were. Well, then fair enough. Check Doucoure, Cheick.
I said Doucoure would be a good signing.
Hold on, I said just last stream, I'm taking top 4 on the trophy. I said this yesterday. Yeah.
Bro, I wasn't well yesterday, so I didn't see it. Sorry, I wasn't aware.
Bro, at the end of the day, like I said, how could you say I expected a title challenge when you were telling me if I signed Caicedo, then I expect you to challenge for the title? So that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I thought yourself you was that was your expectations this season.
No, listen, for me, Doucoure would kind of come in like what Corey said, clean up, distribute, and make sure you get the ball to your more creative players as soon as possible and sustain pressure when the ball's in the other team's half. That will be his job. Win the ball, kick man, and if you do see the pass, attempt it if you think you've got it. If not, keep it simple. Keep it ticking. Give McAllister the free roam he needs. Give Trent the free roam he needs. Or allow Trent to go back to right back. Give him a little bit more space to play those type of Hollywood balls he likes to do, or play it through the lines to a Salah or to a Gakpo. It just allows everyone to be a bit more free. Let's be honest. We can't keep playing McAllister in the 6. He'll get injured eventually. That's
I just think, yeah. I'm seeing. I understand what Casey's saying, like how Fabinho was able to turn in certain situations, like pressured situations. But bro, in my personal opinion, all of that stuff Fabinho done there, that was just because that was a bonus for me. That's all that I ever saw it was. Fabinho be able to turn in these tight situations. Not every player can do that. Like I don't really know.
But Caicedo could, Lavia could. These players that they were going for could.
Yeah,
I don't believe Doucoure was even fifth on their list. I'll be real.
No, I don't think he was either. I don't even think he was even on the list at one stage. I think he was so low down.
I'll be real. This is my point. This is my point.
Linked to him earlier on in the window, but everyone was just like, "What the hell?"
Because it's just like I feel like they were just they just looked.
Because it's underwhelming. Because it's underwhelming. Let's be honest. No, let's just not be around the bush. It's underwhelming. That's what
you know what it is. I feel like he might not be underwhelming for your club though, Montel. Because if
he suits it,
I watched Doucoure bears, isn't it? I'm not going to say I watched this guy bears, but I'm looking at the chat. I'm not looking at these people saying he pressures a lot, he nicks the ball, and he supplies. That is exactly what Liverpool need. You need somebody to nick the ball and supply your midfield / attack. Yeah. That is what Fabinho was best at, and that's why you guys. That's why you guys played so well. I've been saying
got a bit of legs on him. He can do the driving thing.
Bro, if you can do all that stuff, is amazing. That's exactly what Fabinho could do. And like, if you can get any sort of inspiration under Fabinho with Doucoure, bro, you're looking at a serious talent.
Cool. I'm saying right now, again, I'm not really against the Doucoure thing. I'm just saying it's underwhelming because it is underwhelming compared to what we were linked to. But I'll say this now: he suits us more than Lavia does.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think he suits you. Do you know what I'm saying? Remember, Lavia is more pressure resistant. He's more. Yeah. You know, I've always said. How many times have you heard me say Lavia suits Arsenal or City more? Like he suits that. Yeah. That's what Lavia suits, as opposed to being a destroyer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I would say he suits more than Lavia. I just thought Caicedo was probably both of them in one. I'd say. Yeah, that's what I would say with that. And bro, as I said, Chelsea fans, if you're watching, don't let this guy be any better than. Don't let Caicedo come in Chelsea and not do anything good enough. He better come in. He's the most he's the most expensive. No.
That's stupid cheeky coming.
No. He's the most expensive. No, because this is what I was about to get. If that 111 million went through, spotlight on day one. Day one, the spotlight is on him. So for Chelsea, I'm saying from today, I need to see stellar performances week in, week out. The most expensive midfielder in Premier League history.
Yeah,
that is what it is. I want the Paul Pogba treatment. If that kid dies his head the wrong color, I want Souness. If he dyes his head the wrong color, I want Souness on a mad one. I want Souness. If he starts to get eyebrow slits, I want to see him get destroyed in the media. I'm just saying right now.
That will never happen though. That stuff will never happen.
Oh, of course.
Like, you see the way Pogba got destroyed for anything the brother done. Aye. But no,
I like how this takes the heat off. This takes the heat off Declan Rice. Thanks.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Unfortunately, Casey, it don't.
Bro, Chelsea have got the most expensive midfield. Enzo, how much is he? 100 and something. Caicedo, 100 and something.
They're pivot 240 millions.
Allow me.
By the way, people, just before there's still 270 people in the house. And we're on 160 likes. So stop what you're doing right now, people. Just stop what you're doing for a second and take a second to hit the like button. It's just below. Should just be below my wherever this down the chart thing. Should be just down here. And we can at least get another 40 likes and get to 200 likes, and then we'll be on the way to 300 likes. So just stop what you're doing, people, and make sure to smash that like button. Obviously, what that does is it helps the video. It pushes the video out so more people see it and whatnot. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do subscribe to Big Six Bants as well. We are on the road to 6,200 subscribers already. So we're about 70-something subscribers away. So let's turn that 70 into 50 as soon as we can as well. So moving on from Doucoure. In fact, hold on. Chat, I've got a question for the chat. Yes or no? Does anyone think Doucoure is gonna be good enough to make an impact at Liverpool? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
I agree.
100%.
Yeah, he is good enough. Yeah, I agree with that.
You haven't got a CDM. You haven't got a CDM, bro.
Yeah, anything's better than nothing, can it?
Is he gonna do it to the standard that we would like to see in a Liverpool defense?
But what's that standard? You have to let me know.
Well, it's not. We can't say Fabinho in it. We can't say Fabinho because that's just not fair. That's not fair on him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
what's the standard? 6 out of 10. Give me a number. 7 out of 10.
I'd say like cool to look at him and go, you know what, like compare. Even though we didn't get the Caicedos and that, like this. He's all
right. Like he's all right.
This can slide run. Like this can run. And he's
okay. So you want him to surprise you, basically?
Yeah, not on a he's class in it, but like he's doing what we need consistently to the point where if he gets, even if he was to like get injured or rotate, we're like,
you're slide hot, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're slide hot, like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Jake has been saying he's 50-50 with Doucoure. So you also got to remember, Liverpool still have the whole Thuram and Kone interest as well. So some people are a little bit annoyed that we're looking towards those guys instead of the Thuram and the Kones. I think if Doucoure is playing in the Prem, I don't see the issue in it. Of course, you've had to fork up an extra 20 million. That was always going to happen. And at this point, it's just to pay what you can to get the player. That's the way I'm seeing it. Kingberg TV says, trust me, the guy will do the job. And Sadiq C. Edwards says, until he's wearing a Liverpool shirt, I don't believe a damn thing. The withdrawal symptoms.
I remember those days. I remember those days as an Arsenal fan, man, where I was hesitant until they were holding the shirt. It's not nice.
Yeah, it's true. Souness only chats on United. He doesn't care about other teams. It's one of them ones, innit? And Ed says Lavia is defo in the Partey mode of a DM. Don't know.
Yeah, I see what he means. Non-physical, press resistant, and the cheeky touches. Yeah, like not trying to be.
Partey's he's a lanky crowbar, bro. He's a lanky crowbar. G. That's what he is.
Partey gets his legs about. What are you saying? You man call him what? The octopus.
Bro, like
you know, I like how you know that one.
You man's nicknames are too funny.
You're scary. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, to be fair. But cool. E, obviously, I know you have to shoot before we start talking about Bernardo. What's your opinion on obviously the whole Doucoure thing? Before you do,
I just think it's a knee-jerk reaction. Like you're exhausted your other options. The market is saturated unless you're going to price someone out of their contracts. It's just a bit more sensible. And then what you guys, I think as a Liverpool fan, you should be expecting Doucoure and another centre back then, because you've got the bread, and that's not an expensive fix as to what you're looking for before. So target Doucoure and another top quality centre back. That's what I'd say.
I hear it. So do you think Doucoure is good enough?
Like Corey just said it perfectly. It's just like he'll do the job that you need, and if he surprises you, lucky, that's great. If not, you be proactive in other windows. Do you reckon
it's low risk then? Low risk type?
Yeah, low risk. I wouldn't say high reward, but it's needed.
I wouldn't say low risk. This is high risk, bro. This is a position that is crucial for them. We saw how them without a DM, how not overrun they are, but how it can be, how they can get overrun in games. They started well, but once the game grows and the team starts playing their football, having a DM is important. So, bro, I think this is high risk, bro. You got to get this signing right. You can't really slap 6 DMs and it be just anyone that in a couple months' time is not starting. I'll be real.
Because I think he's going to be someone that needs time. I don't see him, and I might be wrong. I just don't see him coming in and immediately Liverpool are 10 times better because of his talent. I feel like, because of his profile, but I still think he's going to take 3, 4, 5 games on the bounce to kind of get into the whole, okay, this is how Liverpool play kind of thing. I don't see him straight
I don't
away.
mind that. If that's the 3, 4, 5 games, fair enough, innit?
Yeah.
Because he's going to be playing a lot of games, bro. He's not just going to be required in the league. He's going to be required in Europa latter stages, cup.
Bro, I don't mind if Bicetric comes in as the backup because we all know, we've all seen what he's capable of as a player. It's just not fair on Bicetric to be playing 50 games. He cannot play 50 games. And we don't want McAllister playing in the 6 either. I tell you, he will get injured playing in the 6. He'll get injured. Or knowing probably throw Thiago in it because Thiago looks like he's back in the squad now. So, you know what I'm saying? Doucoure got to Thiago. Off. But big up Ethan, obviously.
Yeah, big up the man them. Big up the chat and make sure we reach 300. Appreciate everyone getting us to 6.1. Beautiful, beautiful feeling. Very much appreciated. And we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, innit?
Yeah, of course. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock. So, yeah.
Cool. Man them hold it in a bit.
Big up, people. We are on 172 likes. Let's get another 28 likes and get to 200 likes, people. I know some of you lot ain't like the video, so let's go and make that happen. Bernardo Silva, people. Looks like he's staying at Manchester City. Chelsea look like they could be getting the Olise now. Chelsea fans are saying he rejected Man City for them. What are you lot's thoughts on the whole Olise Bernardo? Because Bernardo is kind of going to be seen as that right winger in a way. So that's why I've kind of asked that question.
Yeah.
Would you kind of think the situation is there? Like, do you reckon Bernardo Silva's the stopback for the extra year? Or, I don't know, man. When I see Bernardo Silva play right wing, I feel like he's better being a centre mid drifting out to the right as opposed to starting off on the wing. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I think they need someone explosive, bro. Like, or an out-and-out winger in the sense that you either need a Sterling-esque or a Mahrez-esque type winger, one of the two. Because for me, Grealish is a bit in between both. He's more of a Bernardo kind of style winger as well, but he's a bit quicker than a Bernardo, and he's a bit more of a touchline winger than a Bernardo. So he's a bit different. But I just feel like they need pace. They tried it with Cole Palmer. I'm not sure if they're not sure on Cole Palmer being a winger or whatever, but they need someone that has a bit about them and is a proper out and out winger. So I don't know. City could still be in for Olise. I don't see why Olise wouldn't be on their watch list. They need a winger like that.
Yeah.
Need a winger like that. I think.
Chelsea are kind of getting the deal. They're trying to getting the deal done. Do you think Olise
smart business
would prefer Chelsea?
This ain't good, by the way.
I believe, because he looks at it as he's more likely to start there, and he's better than a lot of the wingers that have come in the sense of maybe he doesn't have a higher ceiling than Mudryk or whatever, we don't know. But right now, he's better than a Mudryk, he's better than a Madueke, he's better than most of their options on the right wing. So as of now, he's coming in and looking like the starter. Besides Sterling, he's looking like the starter on the right. And Sterling's not looking great, so really he can push for Sterling's spot. You know what I mean? If he don't start scoring goals or getting assists, he could be coming for Sterling's spot. So
this isn't good. This ain't good though, monster. Now we have another year of Bernardo, fam. This ain't it. I needed him to go.
He can bake on the left though. I just don't want him starting in the middle and drifting out wide.
He can start anywhere, bro.
When you had Mahrez and Bernardo,
the tech was unreal.
Yeah.
That was just all dead to deal with, bro. And then you have KDB on the right side swinging in crosses. You swing it in. Deal with the swinging across the KDB. You got to deal with Mahrez in a one-on-one situation. Like 95% of the time, so we're gonna win. Or Bernardo's just gonna use his low center of gravity to weave past 3 man. Like it's just dead. It's just extra dead, isn't it?
You didn't need that. We actually didn't need that. We needed Bernardo Silva to go. We needed the brothers to go.
Gundo gone, Bernardo, Cancelo.
Yeah, that would have been one tell.
Because everyone seems to forget how good Cancelo is. Everyone forgets how good Cancelo is, by the way. Like, how stupid.
Yeah, he's mad techie.
Come on.
We still didn't need that. We don't need that.
I don't know, man. I think they've asked Bernardo to stay. That's sort of like this because Olise has chosen Chelsea, innit? I believe they
Maybe.
were looking at. I
Why is everyone choosing Chelsea? I don't get this. Like, what's Chelsea?
But why would he be so high up on Man City's list? Because Bernardo was going. That's what everyone thought. Everyone thought, oh, Bernardo about Olise. Quick thing. Doucoure was even one of the suggestions that they would have. Do you know what I'm saying? They did. Bro, there's no coincidence of Man City adding man to their list, adding players for the right wing. Do you know what I'm saying? They've lost Mahrez, and they don't really want to be playing someone who can fill in the middle at their best, outright.
Yeah.
Even though they're so good and so durable. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm actually, bro, do you know what I'm saying? Chelsea got the agency fees, bro. Man, it's the agency fees, bro. They got that
and the wages, bro.
They do you nice.
The wages and agency fees.
How much are them man paying you? X amount. They'll go, all right, double it. We'll double it. But they're paying me 300.
Done.
No. Double it. Done. Anything else you need? I kind of wanted my agent to done. I didn't even say enough. Done.
Ain't it, bro. This ain't it.
Oh, they do this one.
They're weaving through laws as well, which is getting me more.
They'll do this one. Here's a check. You just write how many zeros you want. We'll let you do that. We'll let you handle that. We'll let you handle all of that. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, remember, City are also trying to get Paqueta. So that's why I feel like, that's why I said Bernardo is going to be on the wing, because I think Paqueta comes, not going to play Paqueta right wing, are they? Like, they have to go and get Paqueta and Doucoure. And then if that happens, though, if they get Doucoure and Paqueta now they're talking business in it. That's serious business. I can't even lie. But yeah, chat. Here's a question for the chat. The last question is kind of: do you think Olise prefers Chelsea or City? And who do you think he suits more? Just let us know in the chat, innit? Man, and Joe, anything else you guys want to say on the matter?
I think he prefers Chelsea, just to answer that question. So it's London, isn't it? He grew up in London. So if you see him, you know when Eze calls him a gangster, that video kills me. Like, that video kills. Like, I could just see him enjoying London life. Like, he's young. Like, I can see why he would prefer Chelsea over City.
I don't know. Sometimes you have to look at Chelsea and go, as good as their core is now, Chelsea still lack goals in that forward line, innit? They lack a lot of goals. They do. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see anyone who's cutting edge. I feel like if Jackson ain't scoring for Chelsea, who else is scoring, man? Because Olise don't get goals. Who else is scoring? At least Olise can look at City and go, if I drop a shoulder and cross it, fuck it, Haaland's going to be there somewhere. Haaland will be there somewhere.
That's it, fuck it.
Just come smashing through. Yeah. He'll be there.
I said if I drop a shoulder and cross it, fuck it, he'll be there. You're killing me.
You don't even need to look. You don't even need to look. Just put it in there.
Yeah, so
I hear it, but bro, he'll feel more important at Chelsea than he would at City, in my opinion. He'll feel more wanted, and everyone is his age there. All the men that are coming in at Chelsea are there and thereabouts.
Yeah,
it just feels like a youth club, innit?
Yeah. The South Crystal Palace, definitely a youth club. Definitely a youth club. Big up Abdul Rahim. He goes, hi, Craig, Corey, Ethan, Monts, Casey, and everyone in the chat. How are you? And also, how is your family and friends? Great streaming. You guys are great. Like and subscribe. Liverpool need players. Many thanks. Big up Abdul, man. Very nice message.
Blessings, man.
Nice message, man. Appreciate that.
Bring that one up. He also said, hi, everyone. What's going on with Liverpool Football Club and when isn't why? I think it means why isn't there no ambition? Many thanks. You'd have to go speak to the guy up top, man. Go speak to the guy up top. We were asking the same.
Tell us no ambition. He said you have no ambition as well, bro. You said you're just happy with top 4. Let me know.
That's been called being realistic. It's not called ambition.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Obviously, that's my stance now. If we was to sign a bad boy DM, things could change, innit?
Now, what about Europa? Is that out the window as well? You're not winning that.
No, we can obviously win Europa. That's our bread and butter. But like, I don't think we win.
That's your bread and butter, yeah. All right.
Anything in Europe is our bread and butter. However, again, you never know who drops out of the Euro. Remember, there's always one team that drops a stinker in the champs. And last year it was Barca. Let's stop it. Last year it was Barca. Who's it going to be this year?
Yeah.
There's always one.
And they won the league.
Yeah,
they went
there's
on to win
always
the league,
one.
so they're not even stinky.
One team drops a stinker in the champs and drops into the Europa League. I think it was Atletico a couple of years back. Bro, we don't know who it's going to be. It could be an English team.
Was there.
It could be Newcastle. It could be an English team. We don't know who it could be.
It could be United.
It could, we don't,
could be Arsenal. It could be Arsenal.
It just takes someone to get the group of death in it. It just takes a group of death team. And then one of them man are headed into Europa, whether they like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Big up, like you said, he knows he knows he's more likely to start at Chelsea too. True. Big up Solo as well. Says big up to Monts, Casey, and Corey. Obviously, says also
big up
Solo.
And make sure you subscribe. Big up Solo. Good to see you as well. People, make sure you stay on this stream. This stream is going to go over to the Sam stream where he's with Matisse currently. They're just chopping up over there, talking Chelsea stuff. So make sure you head over there. We are 6,001. We are currently on 6,128 subscribers. So let's get at least a few more subscribers and end the stream with 6,130 subs, leaving us 70 away from 6.2k. Make sure you smash the like button. I think currently, I don't actually know how many likes we're on, but we better be at least over 200. Someone in the chat, let me know how many likes we're on, so I know. I don't even know how many we're on. We are on 190. Come on, man. I know 10 of you don't like this video, so make sure you don't like the video. Now, big up everyone in the chat. Big up the man for their super chats as well. Big up Just Vibing. Big up Shane Bapper with his 4 super chats, and also big up Mama Nose for the super chats as well. Big up everyone in the chat. Man, is there anything else you guys want to say before we leave?
Yeah, man. Big up the chat. Make sure like, subscribe, share to your families, and keep this channel growing.
Big good stuff. Also, big up our members. Daniel, Wu-Tang, Slim, Ake, Ed, Skip to My Lou, Kaz, Ed, Honestly, Solo, D1, KLFC, Bayesian Red, Snake Eyes, Bronze, NDT, and Agent Andrews. Big up, obviously, those are our Big Six Bands members, sorry, may I speak. And of course, remember, I'm just going to post the link in the chat right now. Obviously, we have a pre-recorded video currently out now where obviously I'm speaking about my thoughts on the Caicedo move. So if you guys want to see Monts having a meltdown, me having a meltdown, listen, the link is now in the chat and you guys can go and watch that and enjoy. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pin it to the chat. And obviously you guys can have a look. Make sure you do slap a like. You want to see that video getting at least 300 likes. It's currently on 195. So yeah, people, I'm just going to put it in the chat now and then we'll see you soon. Anyway, people, it's been another episode of Big Six Bants. We will see you soon tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Man United versus Tottenham preview. Thank you, everyone, for jumping in. Make sure you like and subscribe and big up yourselves, people. We will see you soon.
Yes.